Our special guests tonight, school committee members Caroline O'Neill and Michelle Durant, and Superintendent Alicia Cabral. Also welcome my able assistants tonight, Mr. Paul, Mr. Flanagan, and very importantly, I want to thank Mary Flavin, who coordinates this. Thanks for all you do. She does a phenomenal job, and all the planning behind this, she does the whole thing. So I greatly appreciate all your efforts, Mary. Thank you. For the first time ever, the recipients of 3 special awards that are normally presented at class night will be announced tonight during the ceremony. Those awards are the Valentine Moscato Award for Best Male Athlete, the Sue Rivard Award for Best Female Athlete, and the Ed Rollinson Award for unselfish contributions to his or her team. Reflecting the values and character of Ed Rollinson, perseverance, loyalty, and conscientious effort, often unnoticed and unrewarded, and who has made a vital contribution to teammates. At this time, I'd like to recognize a couple of teams for their accomplishments this year. Golf team won its 7th straight Hockomock Championship, the last 3 being in the Kelly Ricks Large School Division. And has also won 3 straight South Sectional titles. Great job, golf team. And the girls swim and dive team, 2nd straight Kelly Rex Hockomock Divisional Championship. They won the Hockomock Championship meet for their first time in program history. And they finished 2nd at sectionals and 5th at states. Great job. Before we present the awards, I'd like to take a few moments and share with you a quick slideshow containing some of my favorite pictures of the senior athletes. So we start with, is this going to hurt? How'd that feel, dude? That's Athena Sarfoglu. Sean O'Brien. Babe Hogan and Anna Tepestoso. Hannah Lazzi. Don't be afraid, Aaron. It's only sand. A few pictures with unusual expressions. Kayla Kavanaugh. Anna Gibson. Looks like she's lining up a bowling shot. Sadie Homer. There's a man with his thoughts right there, Sean O'Brien. An amazing feat of strength by Evan Hamlin. And an even more amazing feat of strength by Anthony Burson. Now some pictures with some unusual poses. Sean Flaherty. Joe Savino. Sadie Homer. Ethan Ekstrom. Another shot of Alexa. I can't believe you let that stop you. Sarah Lejeune. A little dance pirouette during the tennis match. Dean. Not to be outdone, CJ. Kevin, wow. Giada Martucci. This one, make sure to look at the arrow. That's Brianna Gibson, evidently directing the ball where to go. Julian Krosky, not allowed to operate a garden hose without adult supervision. I have no idea what I don't know if he's warming up or practicing or what exactly is going on. New cross-country event, racing sideways. When taking a nap in the road, always bring your traffic cone. When checking for dog dew on your shoe, always ask somebody else to check it for you. And this looks like a pre-game dental check. I love that picture. And when some people talk, others listen. There's Zane Reservitz, and of course, Mr. Paul. And that's it for the slideshow. You're welcome. We'll leave that right there. Thanks, seniors, for being good sports. And now to the serious part. I'd like to express my gratitude to these seniors. I'm grateful to have had the chance to be a part of your experience here at Oliver Ames. I'm also grateful to all the senior parents here tonight for the support you've shown our athletic programs at Oliver Ames. Seniors, can you please stand, turn around, and give your parents a round of applause to show them how much you appreciate them. Come on. Oliver Ames High School has a great history of athletic accomplishment. OA won its first state championship in 1911. Does anybody know what sport it was?
Basketball.
Basketball. That's right, CJ. We've won 18 state championships and 181 Hockomock championships. And as a side note to this, as a way of recognizing the accomplishments of all Hockomock championship teams, multi-year banners funded by our generous boosters are being made for all Hockomock championships won. Those banners will be hung in the Nixon Gym next year. But actually, educational athletics is not just about championships and trophies. It's about building character. It's about learning life lessons through athletic competition. It's about a culture of respect toward others. It's about accountability and responsibility for yourself. I hope that all of you accomplish great things in your lives, using the experiences and lessons learned here at Oliver Ames. It's a special privilege for each of you senior athletes to have had an opportunity to be a part of our athletic tradition. This night is to honor all of you who now become a part of that tradition. We're very fortunate to have one of the best coaching staffs in the league, if not in the state. I would like them to join me on stage to congratulate each of the award recipients. Coaches, would you please come up? Could you get the screen, please? Also, please join me in congratulating head boys basketball coach Don Byron, who was inducted into the Massachusetts Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. Coach Byron is joining girls basketball coach Lainey Holbrook in the Massachusetts Coaches Basketball Hall of Fame. So now, now we just need to take a quick moment to take the stuff down, and we'll start with the award presentation.
You want to say about your piece? That's what you got out there. That's what you got out there.
Okay. Maggie, can you guys go ahead and get queued up, please? Sarah Alexander. Cross country, varsity letter 2018. Maggie All. Outdoor track, varsity letter 1 year. Soccer, varsity letter 3 years. Captain, 1 year. James Beatty, ice hockey, varsity letter 3 years. Eva Belanger, tennis, varsity letter 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Caroline Bertoletti, football cheerleading, varsity letter 4 years. Gymnastics, varsity letter 2 years. Jared Boone, indoor track, varsity letter 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter 2 years. Cameron Bourne, swimming and diving, varsity letter 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League, hold your applause, please. Hockomock League dive champion, 3 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Colin Bourne, ice hockey, varsity letter 4 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Nicholas Byron, soccer, varsity letter 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Caitlin Kavanaugh, volleyball, varsity letter, 2 years. Gabrielle Cunha, gymnastics varsity letter 1 year. Outdoor track varsity letter 1 year. Swimming and diving varsity letter 2 years. Charles DeVoe, baseball, varsity letter 2 years. Football, varsity letter 2 years. Bethany DeWare, skiing, varsity letter 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Nolan Donzie, golf, varsity letter 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Sarah Dorr, softball, varsity letter, 1 year. Ethan Ekstrom, basketball, varsity letter 3 years, captain 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic 1 year. Football varsity letter 2 years. Outdoor track varsity letter 3 years. Jake Ehrlich, baseball, varsity letter 3 years. Basketball, varsity letter 3 years. Football, varsity letter 1 year. Mia Eskerman, swimming and diving, varsity letter 4 years. Hockomock League All-Star 2 years. Hockomock League honorable mention 1 year. Daniela Farini, indoor track varsity letter 1 year. Outdoor track varsity letter 2 years. Soccer varsity letter 2 years. Sean Foley, football varsity letter 2 years. Lacrosse varsity letter 2 years. Aaron Fisher, basketball varsity letter 2 years. Sean Flaherty, indoor track varsity letter 3 years, captain 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic 1 year. Division III state champion 4x800 relay champion. Outdoor track, varsity letter 2 years, captain 1 year. Soccer, varsity letter 3 years, captain 1 year. Enterprise all scholastic 1 year. Andrew Frazier, football, varsity letter 1 year. Wrestling, varsity letter 2 years. Cullen Gallagher, ice hockey, varsity letter 3 years. Hockomock League, honorable mention 1 year. Brockton Enterprise all scholastic 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter 3 years. Prithika Ganesh, tennis, varsity letter 1 year. April Ganji, swimming and diving, varsity letter 4 years, captain 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star 4 years. Erica Goucher, indoor track, varsity letter 2 years. Outdoor track, varsity letter 2 years, captain 1 year. Kayla Georgiou, softball, varsity letter 4 years, captain 1 year. Brianna Gibson, indoor track, varsity letter 2 years, captain 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention 1 year. Brockton Enterprise all scholastic 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter 4 years, captain 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star 1 year. Brockton Enterprise all scholastic 2 years. Soccer, varsity letter 3 years. Hockomock League All-Star 1 year. Brockton Enterprise all scholastic 1 year. Lindsay Gilson, cross country, varsity letter 1 year. Indoor track, varsity letter 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter 1 year. Kylie Gleason, basketball cheerleading, varsity letter 4 years, captain 1 year. Football cheerleading, varsity letter 4 years, captain 1 year. John Gomes, baseball, varsity letter 2 years. Kyle Gray, swimming and diving, varsity letter 4 years. Hockomock League All-Star 3 years. Hockomock League MVP 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All Scholastic 2 years. Division I South Sectional Champion 100-meter freestyle. Division I South Sectional 3rd place 200-meter individual medley. Oliver Ames High School record 50-meter freestyle. OA High School record 100-meter freestyle. OA High School record 200-meter individual medley. OA High School record 200-meter freestyle relay, and high school record 400-meter freestyle relay. Basketball, varsity letter, 2 years, for Michael Green. Sadie Homer, basketball, varsity letter, 3 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Volleyball, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. OA Career Leader in Digs, 1,192. Bianca Ilias, outdoor track, varsity letter, 2 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 4 years, captain, 1 year. Colleen Larson, softball, varsity letter, 3 years. Reed Latham, baseball, varsity letter, 3 years, captain, 1 year. Basketball, varsity letter, 1 year. Sarah Legere, tennis, varsity letter, 4 years, captain, 1 year. Emma Lewis, basketball cheerleading, varsity letter, 4 years. Football cheerleading, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Sarah Litwack, volleyball, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Kayla Lazzi, field hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Massachusetts Field Hockey Coaches Association, Joan Paquette, academic all-star, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Aaron McDonald, indoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League all-star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Oliver Ames High School record in the long jump. Outdoor track varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Soccer varsity letter, 1 year. Marius Machado, outdoor track varsity letter, 1 year. Soccer varsity letter, 1 year. Gianna Martucci, gymnastics, varsity letter, 3 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 3 years. Grace McCallum, lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Volleyball, varsity letter, 3 years. Catherine McCarthy, field hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Tennis, varsity letter, 1 year. Matthew McCormick, baseball, varsity letter, 3 years. Ice hockey, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Hockomock League Scholar Athlete, 1 year. Gabrielle McLaughlin, indoor track, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League Honorable Mention, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League Honorable Mention, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Soccer, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League Honorable Mention, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. And 2019 Hockomock League Scholar Athlete. Benjamin Mills, swimming and diving, varsity letter, 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Priya Murshia, tennis, varsity letter, 1 year. Katie Mills, skiing, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 2 years. Softball, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League Honorable Mention, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Griffin Morse, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Shane Murphy, football, varsity letter, 2 years. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Sean O'Brien, baseball, varsity letter, 2 years. Basketball, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League, honorable mention, 1 year. Timothy Olson, soccer, varsity letter, 1 year. Dean Pacini, football, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Wrestling, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League honorable mention. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Excuse me, the honorable mention was 1 year. So the All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 3 years. Division II South Sectional Champion, 2 years. Oliver Ames High School career wins record, 135. And the Valentine P. Moscato Award for Best Male Athlete, 2019. Timothy Palmer, swimming and diving, varsity letter, 4 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Thomas Parker, baseball, varsity letter, 3 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Christopher Pearsons, baseball, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Hockomock League All-Star and Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 1 year. Basketball, varsity letter, 1 year. Kendra Penor, basketball cheerleading, varsity letter, 4 years. Football cheerleading, varsity letter, 4 years. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Olivia Piazza, indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 2 years. Oliver Ames High School record, 241 career points. She's also the 2019 Suzanne Brevard Award winner for Best Female Athlete. Jacqueline Raymond, volleyball, varsity letter, 2 years. Zane Reservitz, cross country, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League All-Star, 2 years. Brockton Enterprise All-Scholastic, 3 years. Indoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 4 years. Skiing, varsity letter, 2 years. Stacia Rice, football cheerleading, varsity letter, 2 years. Skiing, varsity letter, 2 years. Megan Rocky, field hockey, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 1 year. Massachusetts Field Hockey Coaches Association, Joan Patet, academic all-star, 1 year. Lacrosse, varsity letter, 1 year. Matthew Saba, lacrosse, varsity letter, 2 years. Captain, 1 year. Athena Serafoglu. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Soccer, varsity letter, 2 years. Henry Simone, tennis, varsity letter, 3 years. Captain, 2 years. Hockomock League, honorable mention, 1 year. Jared Spillane, baseball, varsity letter, 2 years. Golf, varsity letter, 1 year. Ana Tempestoso, soccer, varsity letter, 3 years. Ryan Torgerson, baseball, varsity letter, 2 years. 2019 Edward Rollinson Sportsmanship Award. I'd just like to read a description. This was the nomination by Coach Joe Abar, a baseball coach, for Ryan's nomination. This award is, like the Rivard and the Moscato Award, is a majority vote by the varsity coaches. Ryan has been a selfless teammate in the baseball program for 4 years. He has warmed up pitchers, thrown batting practice, coached the bases, carried the bat bag, kept the books and charts, etc., all without an ounce of complaint. He served as the team manager last year for varsity and totally devoted himself towards improving his own game, but did whatever he could to help the team be successful. This year, he has already appeared in 3 games as a relief pitcher and pinch hitter. He's been a great role model for young players as he dedicates himself to the process and always puts the team before selfish interest. And for that reason, he was selected as the Ed Rollinson Award winner this year. Juliana Trefiro, basketball cheerleading, varsity letter, 1 year. Football cheerleading, varsity letter, 2 years. Kaylee Walsh, cross country, varsity letter, 4 years. Captain, 1 year. Outdoor track, varsity letter, 1 year. Ainsley Winters, football cheerleading, varsity letter, 4 years. Brenna Woods, field hockey, varsity letter, 2 years. Nicholas McGovern, football, varsity letter, 1 year. Wrestling, varsity letter, 2 years. Hockomock League honorable mention, 1 year. Brockton Enterprise All Scholastic, 1 year. All right, please join us. Thank you once again for your time and dedication to our athletes. Please take a seat and relax for a moment. As we conclude the evening, I would like to turn it over to our principal, Mr. Paul. Also want to make sure that you know that everyone is invited to the cafeteria after the ceremony closes here in a few moments. We have refreshments and desserts for everyone and an opportunity to kind of socialize a little bit. So again, everyone's invited, and now I'd like to introduce Mr. Paul.
I'd like to just speak to the athletes real quickly as you get ready to depart and say thank you. We were up here listening to you say thank you as you're going through the line, and halfway through I realized I really should be thanking you for your 4 years. Your dedication, your commitment to your chosen field of endeavor, and some of you with multiple fields of endeavor, courts, really brought a great deal of pride to our community and to your families and certainly to our schools. So I just wanted to say thank you. I also want to encourage you to maintain the friendships that you've developed in your teams. I think back at high school, I'm still, fortunately for us in this generation, we're able to keep track of people we went to high school with through Facebook, so I know you will be able to do that. But it struck me the other day that so many of my friends in high school, ones that I actually partner with when we go through tough times, are kids, guys that I played ball with, people that I shared bus rides with, that we ate lunch together all the time, similar to what I see with you guys as teammates and friends. So I encourage you to maintain those. I also encourage you to maintain the relationships that you've had with your coaches as you continue to move forward, because some of you, I hope, will think about giving back to the sports that you've been involved with and think about coaching, stepping up and asking your varsity coach at some point perhaps, do you mind if I help you out? I actually got into coaching because my high school coach reached out to me and said, hey, listen, I'd like you to consider taking over the freshman program 1 year, and then it was the JV program, and I worked with him for 4 years at Marshfield High School. It was a lot of fun coaching for a person who I played with, I got to know him at a much different level. Playing for somebody is one thing, becoming a peer, so to speak, is another thing. So I encourage you to think about coaching and giving back to your communities. Think about your parents and think about what they invested in your lives in order to get you to the fields, get you to the rinks, get you to the pools, get you to all the events that you went on the weekends. And think about doing that yourself as a parent, but also think about being that person in your community, like some of you who went through this community had people who were coaches who no longer had kids in the program giving back. So don't forget to be of service. It's wonderful to be recognized when you're in high school. It's wonderful also to come from a community like Easton, where there are so many people who are giving, like your coaches and your mentors in the school. So give back. Right? So maintain your friendships, give back, and think about coaching in the future. And I look forward to seeing you on Friday for our meeting where we get caps and gowns and start talking about next week. So that concludes my real quick remarks to you guys. Thank you very much. And it's really dark out there, so I think I'm talking to just the front row. But one of the things that we've done in the past is, for parents, is we've had the athletes, before we go to the cafeteria perhaps, if parents want to get pictures of all of these students together, it's probably easier to do it here on the stage, and then you can leave once you get that picture into the cafeteria. So one member of the family can stay back and get a picture. I would recommend that you kind of stage yourself in such a way that some people are on the floor, some people are sitting perhaps on the edge, and then the rest of you are back here on the stage, the taller people toward the back. Get a picture of the whole group of the class of 2019. So go ahead and take your stage here to get a picture, and then we'll see you in the cafeteria for refreshments.